Hey guys, if you're new here, my name is Katie and today's video is going to be 5 perfumes that are on my wish list. I have a never-ending wish list of perfumes if we're being honest, but these are the first 5 that I would buy if I could just go on a spree right now. If you didn't know this about me, I am fragrance obsessed, I'm extremely olfactory driven, and I have a perfume collection on my channel. I can link that. I've done a perfume haul. I do talk about it fairly often. So today, like I said, 5 that I want. First one being Killian Vodka on the Rocks. I do have a small little guy of this, which is great, but I want to own it in my collection. I feel like when it's just a little guy, I can't say that it actually is mine, you know? For reference, it's like this size. This is not it. This is a different one, but yeah. Anyway, Vodka on the Rocks is quite an androgynous scent, I would say. It's definitely earthy and fresh, but it also has a very sexy, unique element to it. The notes are cardamom, rose, and oak moss, and I think that oak moss is what makes it so earthy and unique. The cardamom does make it a little bit sexy and like kind of warm and spicy, and then the rose I actually don't even really smell in there, but it just blends together to be such an amazing scent. I have amazing memories attached to that scent. It's really long lasting. Killian is an amazing brand. I can't emphasize it enough. Killian Vodka on the Rocks, for guys, for girls, for summer, for winter, for any time of year. Probably a little bit more of a warm, cozy, but I don't know, it's fresh enough and earthy enough that you could do it in the summer for sure. So that's what I want. The next perfume on my wish list is a very popular one. It is Ford Oud Wood. Now this is actually like for my boyfriend. Okay, so that is his favorite scent and it smells incredible on him. However, Tom Ford's perfumes, and really any perfume, they are androgynous. They are shared fragrances. Men and women can wear them. I have worn Oud Wood before and it is pretty masculine, but it like kind of adapts to my feminine body chemistry and smells a little bit softer and just really sexy and really cool. And so it's one that I want to have so that I can smell it on him every single day, because right now he just has the beard oil of it, but I also want to be able to steal it and spray it on myself whenever I want to. I also think it might be one that would be cool to mix with like some lighter, sweeter, more feminine ones. I don't know, that could be a cool combo. If you've never smelled Oud Wood, I highly suggest that you do. And if you are a lady looking for a fragrance for your man, let me tell you, Tom Ford, it's not cheap, but oh my gosh, it's good. So the notes in that one are, it says rare oud wood, sandalwood, Chinese pepper, rosewood, tonka bean, and vanilla. So lots of woody notes, as you can see. The Chinese pepper, so it makes it a little bit spicy. It definitely has that masculine kind of like cologne scent, but then it's a little bit sweet with the tonka bean and the vanilla, and it is just so sophisticated. I just can't sing its praises enough. I really think you should smell it if you haven't. It's incredibly sexy and incredibly amazing. And my band-aid is coming off. My apologies. Oud Wood, Tom Ford. The third perfume on my current wish list is Labo Rose 31. I have never been the biggest floral girl. Like, I don't love floral scents. However, I do have a few in my collection and they tend to be, it's like I'm just very finicky and picky with my florals. Specifically, roses. I feel like rose scents can be tough. If you really like that smell, then by all means, like Jo Malone Red Roses would be probably up your street. The rose scent that I currently have that I really love is Stella McCartney's Stella. It's modeled after the English rose, I think is like the branding on that. And it's sophisticated and elegant and lovely, and it's rich and warm and feminine and rosy, but like very wearable. But when I smelled Rose 31, by Labo, it was like a whole other element of roses and of rose scents. To me, both of those scents are very sexy, but in different ways. I actually think the Labo scent is more androgynous and like a touch masculine, whereas the Stella McCartney one is very feminine. The notes are rose absolute, cumin, vetiver, musks, cedar, agarwood, olivanium, amber, guaiac wood, and cistus. What's that? Not citrus, cistus. So as you can see, there was rose in there, but then there are a ton of other notes like the cedar and the musk and the vetiver and the amber that kind of, I don't want to say that they cancel out the rose or that they take over the rose. You can definitely still smell that rose in there, but it's almost like enveloped with all these other kind of sexy, woody, earthy scents, and then there's just this delicate, beautiful rose scent in the background, kind of, or like in the center, you know. I don't know if that helps at all, but it does have that woody, sexy scent that I tend to be attracted to, and then it has that feminine edge with the rose. And so I think it's a unique pairing. I think it's a beautiful fragrance. I think it's like a really nice long-lasting brand. Le Labo is amazing. I have the hand lotion of the Rose 31 and I would love to have the perfume. Okay, the next two are kind of cheating in a way, but like, just hear me out. So the next one on my list, I'm between two, and that's because I am obsessed with both of them. But from the experiences I've had with testing them, they smell really similar on my body chemistry. And it's a Bond No. 9 scent, and that's a very nice brand. It's an expensive brand. And so at this current moment, I don't think I could like shell out for both of them when they are so similar, but maybe I need to sample them again and like compare and contrast. I don't know. I just really love both of them. And so they are Bond No. 9 New Haarlem, which is an older Bond No. 9, and then Bond No. 9 New York Nights, which is a much newer Bond No. 9 in the collection of Bond perfumes. And I just literally am so obsessed with these scents. I can't even tell you. This might be the one that I want the most, either one of those. I mean, like, I would love to have both, but again, they're very similar. So the notes in New York Nights are jasmine, gardenia, which is odd because I actually don't really love either one of those on their own, carnation, patchouli, sandalwood, marine accord, coffee, and caramel. Okay, so I mentioned I'm picky with florals. I don't really care for, like I said, jasmine or gardenia or carnation, I don't know. And then it hits you with the patchouli and the sandalwood. That's much more my street. It's like warm and cozy and sexy. And then the coffee and the caramel give it like a sweet edge. All I can say is this fragrance is like a dream. It's a dream. It is, I want to use different adjectives. I feel like I'm repeating the same adjectives, but it is, I would say this is the perfect blend and balance of being sweet but being rich and cozy. It's not even a hair like off kilter. Like, it's not even a touch too sweet or a touch too cozy. It's like this amazing balance, which I don't think I've ever had in any other fragrance. I'm looking at my shelf trying to see. I mean, I do love rich cozy scents. I like sweet scents. I like, you know, but this one is just so good. And Bond perfumes are just so eloquent. Like, you smell like a dream. I would say it's much more of a nighttime because it is very sophisticated and bold and sexy and rich. I don't really follow rules. Like, I would wear it during the day, but it would be probably more of a nighttime perfume. In terms of season, I would say it's year round. Yeah. Like, maybe more so in the winter just because it's warm, but I mean, it's honestly just so good. Okay, and then as for the notes in New Haarlem, this one has, they do have similar-ish notes: lavender, bergamot, green leaves, coffee, cedarwood, amber, vanilla, tonka, patchouli. Okay, so the coffee, the vanilla, the patchouli, was it the cedarwood, the amber? There were a fair amount of notes in there that are the same. So I'm not totally crazy. They really do smell similar. One thing that I love about this is the New York Times reviewed this fragrance, I think when it came out, and they said, quote, "This juice runs like a Maserati," in reference to that perfume. And I couldn't agree more. I need to sample both of them again, as I mentioned, because I love them both, and it's like I can't really remember like the distinctions between the two of them, and I don't have the two of them in front of me right this second. I will say the packaging on the New York Nights bottle is way cuter than the New Haarlem. The New Haarlem is just one of the like clear like glass bottles because it's one of their older scents, and then the New York Nights is very fancy and pretty. And Bond No. 9 bottles are kind of like a piece of artwork. That's part of their appeal and part of what makes them just stand out in such a nice brand. But Yeah, this juice runs like a Maserati. That is accurate. Again, it's this harmonious blend of being warm and cozy, but also being sweet. I think on that one, because you have the lavender and the bergamot and the green leaves, it's a little bit more earthy and just a little bit more fresh than the New York Nights. Again, I'm not smelling them right in front of me right now, but just hearing those notes and remembering what I remember, I think that might be the difference. New Haarlem might be like a touch lighter, like a touch more appropriate for the day, but oh my goodness, like these two are at the top of my list. But also, you get it, right? I only like need, I was gonna say I only want one of them. No, I want both of them, but I'm gonna say that one of them is on my top of my list for my perfume wish list. And the last perfume on my current wish list of 5 is another one where there are 2 that I feel like smell very similar to one another, and so I want one of these 2. I just don't know exactly which one. I did try to test both of them and I'm still like on the fence. So that almost tells me I should just pick a straw out of a hat or whatever, like pick one and just get it. And they are the Balenciaga original perfume and then the Bottega Veneta original perfume. Balenciaga is one that my mom used to wear years ago and I loved it back then. It's really different to anything that I have and to anything that I've really smelled until I smelled the Bottega Veneta. And it's one where it's hard to explain, but in a way, no, I don't want to, it's like in a way, it's not that appealing to me upon first smell, but at the same time, I can't stop smelling it. I don't know if you have any fragrances that are that way with you, but I tend to be attracted to sweet, warm, sexy, things like that. This is much more powdery to me, both of these. They're powdery, they're a bit floral, they're a bit fresh. And there's just something I can't put my finger on. And then the kicker is that when I put it on my body, I really believe that this particular combination must work with my chemistry, because it's like I can't stop smelling myself. I am obsessed with myself when I have these fragrances on. I've gotten compliments from people with these fragrances on. And I also love that the scent reminds me of my mom because she used to wear Balenciaga, and they're just like really pretty. I don't know, I just love them, and they're different than anything I have, like I said, so that's exciting. So let me read you the notes. So the Balenciaga has pepper, violet leaves, violet, cedarwood, patchouli, and vetiver. Now, hearing that, it sounds like it would be a lot spicier and like richer than I feel like it really smells. I really don't smell like the pepper, the patchouli, the cedarwood. I don't know, so I guess it's just truly that combination. Violet, I didn't think I necessarily loved the smell of violet, but I think it's that floral component with some of those heavier ingredients that give it this really cool powdery floral. I mean, it's those same adjectives that I used, but it's it definitely smells sophisticated. It smells expensive. I know that's kind of a weird way to describe it, but I think you know what I mean, where something smells really eloquent. I think I just combined eloquent and elegant, but yeah, both of those things. And it's just good. It's just good. I will say that I don't know that this one would be for everyone. I don't think it's like offensive at all. I think there are other scents that are much more offensive because they're really sweet or like really florally, right? Like certain scents that are like really, really gardenia driven or really like, I don't care for that. So I wouldn't really want to smell that on somebody. It might be offensive, but I don't think this is offensive. I just don't think that it necessarily is like the type of scent everyone would be really attracted to. If you are not as big of a fragrance person as I am, then you might not really understand that. But most fragrance people do know that there's kind of a difference between more unique, more niche combinations of scents and brands and things like that, and then there are more mainstream scents that are sold at every department store, you know, more like designer perfumes. So anyway, this is kind of somewhere in between both of these. So moving on to Bottega Veneta, the scents or the notes in this one, it says there is plum and pink pepper, jasmine, oh, a sambac jasmine. And it says that type of jasmine is more animal, no, I'm sorry, less animal and more floral. And then it has leather. So those notes are not actually the same at all. So yeah, plum and pink pepper. So you have some sweetness and some peppery spiciness. Then you have the jasmine, which is a floral note, and it's also a little bit of a sexy, heavy floral note. And then you have leather, which gives it kind of a masculine edge. I still smell the powdery, like that same description I had for you before. I think I can kind of smell the leather, like I say that, like I'm not smelling something right now, but I feel like that makes sense, hearing that there's leather in that, now that I'm reading that. Those are two fragrances that I'm gonna say it again, I think you should go smell if you're intrigued, if you're into perfumes. They're sold at Nordstrom. I don't think they sell either one of those at Sephora. So again, it's the original scents. I will link all these scents down below. These are probably the most affordable. Those two are the most affordable out of everything on my list. So that concludes my probably very lengthy current 5 perfumes that I'm lusting after. Let me know if you like this style video, because I have a never-ending list and I could definitely bring you more perfumes. Like, I could do this probably every couple of months, like 5 perfumes that I want, 5, you know. And I also will eventually probably do an updated perfume collection, because I've acquired some new bits, and yeah, I could talk about fragrance all day long. So give me a thumbs up if you also love fragrance, or if you learned anything in this video. I would love to have you subscribe if you're interested in this type of thing, or any other content that you might see on my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Love you. Bye. But I want to like own it personally.